So before we get into today's topic of today, which is a big one, and I didn't want to do a review of the Seahawks game yet because we don't know who's going to be playing in that game yet. A lot of question marks there. But involving that, before we get into today's topic, Adam Gase has hinted that Friday's practice in Seattle could be Mike Pouncey's, Jelani Jenkins, and Devontae Parker's last chance to be cleared, which would be huge. I mean, if we could get at least two of those guys back, that would be a huge plus for us in winning that game. Obviously, Vance Joseph has talked about how the packages will work. If you guys don't know, base downs, which means first and second down, Spencer will be in. Our sub-nickel package, he said that Neville Hewitt will be in. So basically, when we know they're going to pass, Neville's going to be in the game. So in case you guys didn't know that, I just want to tell you that, guys, right now. So this is basically what I want to see differently from this season, from past seasons that has plagued the Miami Dolphins under the Joe Philbin reign that he had for a good 4 years there. And a lot of, I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again. And some, things I just don't want to see of the Dolphins that we're used to seeing here. And one of those things is obviously the offensive line, and a division that we have, the AFC East, which from the Patriots, the Bills to the Jets, they all have Pro Bowlers on their AFC, or not. I was about to say the AFC East, but I don't know what I'm talking about. They all have Pro Bowlers on their defensive line. They're so stacked, and that's one of the reasons we struggle to win within the division. And this kind of puts into two things: the offensive line and winning in the division. And I think that had that was a huge problem was our offensive line in terms of winning games in our division. So I think they go hand in hand, and that's one of the things I want to see differently is us be consistent within our division. Obviously, we've been very good against New England at home. We have not. Since Ryan Tannehill has been our starting quarterback, we have never won against the Jets at home, which is sad. It's one of the saddest things. So 5 years it's going on now that we haven't beat the Jets at home. For that, it's been that long. So I definitely want all that to change. We've never beat the Bills on the road, which sucks. I mean, that's 5 years we haven't beat the Bills on the road. These last few years, obviously, we haven't been able to beat. Last year we didn't beat the Bills at home. We got swept by the Jets and the Bills. A lot of things, obviously, the offensive line went into that. The Jets game was kind of, we had to go to, England was our quote-unquote home game, which was stupid. But, there's a lot of things go into that. But that's one of the things I want to see change as a Dolphins fan is be consistent within our division. If you guys don't know, we were 5-5 outside of our division last season. So we had a 500 record outside of our division. The only game we won within our division was obviously the last game at home against the Patriots. So the second thing I really, really want to see is consistency. And I know that kind of just what we just saw, what I was just talking about, was kind of the same thing. But we would okay, here's a good example of this. We would destroy the Titans. And I know the Titans and the Texans. Let's use the Texans as a good example. We would just destroy. I mean, 40 points in one half is nothing to sneeze at. That's not something you just do. That's just a talented team against J.J. Watt and a good front, really good front seven. We would destroy them, and then the next game we would totally look like a totally different team and look like we're the pushovers. You know what I mean? Consistency has been such a bad thing with the Dolphins before even Joe Philbin, with us being mediocre and not getting over that hump. It's been a problem for a very long time. If we can stay consistent and play like we played last week, you know what I mean? We don't have those problems the offensive line blocked this week, but next week they don't block anything, you know what I mean? Consistency is such a big problem with this Dolphins team, and it has been for years. And it would be nice to see a consistent Dolphins team week in and week out, and hopefully that leads to more wins. But I definitely even if we don't make the playoffs, I want to see some changes within this organization and this franchise, and that would be consistency, the offensive line, and just within our division, winning more games within our division. I think just seeing that would be awesome. And that's going to be it, guys. I am Skaggs83, and I will see you guys in the next one.